Hi guys, we have reached the end of the month again, and it's time to make a price comparison on the GPU market. If we start at the bottom, we still have the 6650 XT and the 9060 and the 5060, all 8 gigabyte models, and the prices have not changed much since last month. There were a price cut in the middle of the month where I put out a video and the prices have not changed drastically in this segment yet. I still think I would just recommend for a budget build the 6050 XT because I think the expire date on all the 8 gigabyte cards will be around the same time because the limit will not be how fast the card is because all the cards are reasonably fast. I think what will retire them is the lack of VRAM, where it no longer can play the games you want to play. Like if you want to play Space Mariners or Helldivers or something new that comes out in a year or two, then 8 gigabytes probably won't be enough. You can also see it now with Outer Worlds and Borderlands. The 8 gigabytes are just not enough. They're a horrible experience. So but if you're making a budget build, you're going to play World of Warcraft Classic, you're going to play esports games, you're going to play old games, free games for the masses, then, or indie games, this would be a reasonably good card. I don't think any kid with a computer with this card in it would be sad. Same would go if you bought them a PC with with a 3060 Ti or something like that. It would be just around a bit better than this card. I think they would be really happy with that performance. So budget, you just would go with this one. If you want entry level, I think you should go all the way up to the 9060 XT 16 gigabytes, or maybe even the 5060 Ti 16 gigabytes. But I think the better offer here is the 9060 XT because it has better price performance and it's almost as good. Some games it's better, some it's worse. The only big difference is the DLSS support and the frame generation support here. But I wouldn't recommend using 4 times frame generation anyway on this card. I think yeah, it's just not good enough for frame generation because you would need a lot of frames. And I think I would only use it if you had over 100 frames anyway, and you wanted to cap your monitor like at 160, 165 or something. Maybe you bought a better monitor, like 250, 60 hertz monitor, and you want to cap that, and you can't do that, and then you could use frame generation for that. You can't use frame generation to make up for too few frames because you would actually get fewer real frames. So, yeah. But now for the good and exciting parts. ProShop right now has an offer here on both 9070 and 9070 XT. And this is the first time I have seen the 9070 non XT have better price performance than the 9070 XT. And I think this actually makes it a fairly good buy. It's very cheap. It's almost as cheap at the 5070, and it's a lot better. You don't get the DLSS, but you still have FSR4 access, and it's a really strong card. You can, if you're very brave, flash in the 9070 XT BIOS on it, but I wouldn't recommend it. If it goes wrong, you could break the card, and then it doesn't have dual BIOS. So I think I would not do it, but you could do it if you're very brave. So, and but if you were to actually buy this, you would see that over at Elgiganten, you would actually get Arc Raiders. And Arc Raiders is right now, you can see here, it is $40. It is or €40, and €40 is what is it? Is 40 times 7.6, 300 kroners. And if you would take 300 kroners off this price, then it would push it up here. Better price performance than B580, and that is a really, really good offer. But only if you would going to like main Arc Raiders. If you weren't going to play Arc Raiders, you don't really benefit a lot from it other than having a game you won't play. So if you were going to play Arc Raiders, this would be a really good. Other than that, I would pick this one for a mid-tier build and this one for a high mid-tier, high-end gaming build. For entry level, I would still just recommend the 9060 XT 16 gigabytes. It's a really good card. Can't get around that. And if you saw it here, Elgiganten also has a great offer now for the 90, no, the 5090 at 18,000 kroners, and it's the tough version. It's really good, but there is this caveat that you won't get it until the 18th of November, and that is really close to Black Friday. And I think you could expect more and better prices, maybe even on better cards at Black Friday, but you never know. They might even go up and not have any offers. So I think I would risk the biscuit and not buy it now and wait for Black Friday offers. And talking about Black Friday, I think this Black Friday we would see a lot of good offers from the 70,000 series. I think these will drop a lot. I think they would want to purge these before Christmas. So it would be under the Christmas tree. And I think we could see 7800 XT as low as 3,000 kroners or very close. It has been 3,300 before. I also think we would see this below 5,000. We should be a lot below 5,000 actually, right? We should all the way down to maybe 4,400, and then it would be a really reasonable offer. I also think this could get as low as maybe 5,000, 5,500. And I think they are very close now to putting FSR4 into the drivers for 7,000 series. And the reason why I think that is that they now have split up between 5 and 6,000 series and the 7,000 series in the drivers. And I think you can expect within the next month or maybe early next year that these would actually get native FSR4 in the drivers and in the games. So I think this is a big plus. And anyways, if they don't put it in the drivers, you still have the option of Optiscaler, which is really, really good. You can't use it in competitive games, but you probably wouldn't use it there anyway. So I think that's it. Give it a thumbs up if you think it's good. Give a thumbs down if you think it's bad. Write something about it in the comments. If you want to see more of something, also write it in the comments. I would take up any issues. If you wanted to see more builds on Price Runner, do you want help building a PC? Do you live near runners? I would like gladly help you. Just come by. We can do it right here, or I could come to you if you're not too far away. So have a really nice day and see you around.